You smell that? It's draft season, baby. Welcome back, NFL Draft people. It's Football Grump here, back to start another couple months of NFL Draft analysis. I am excited, and I am coming out swinging this year. Last year, I tried to review as many prospects as I possibly could, and that meant every single wide receiver I could get my hands on, every single DB I could get my hands on, and it meant that in the course of looking up every single player, I didn't give due diligence to some of the bigger names at other positions, and I'm not doing that this year. So I am starting off right away with some quarterback work. I reviewed 6 of the top quarterback prospects for the draft in depth, and I am going to go over what I saw with some clips to go along with it. Today we're going to go over Caleb Williams, Drake Maye, Jayden Daniels, JJ McCarthy, Penix Jr, and Bo Nix. It feels good to be back, so I'm going to shut up and get to the quarterbacks. Okay, so we're going to start with JJ McCarthy, but before I do, just a couple quick hitters. Number 1, all of these clips are from Jake Barrow's YouTube channel, Do a Barrel Roll. Please check out his YouTube for all of these kinds of broadcast cut-ups. Like and subscribe. He's also got a Patreon page as well. He's a good dude. Number 2, there are things to like and dislike about all 6 of these quarterbacks. I'm not doing this video with an agenda for or against anybody. I'm just going over prospects. So feel free to disagree. Just understand that I don't have a vendetta against any of these guys. I am just calling what I see. Number 3, that leads me to this. This is just about the college film. I'm not going to talk about off-the-field stuff today. And 4, it's still January. It may smell like draft season, but the Super Bowl, Senior Bowl, Combine, Shrine Bowl, Pro Days, none of this has happened yet. So a lot can still change. But I'm excited, so I wanted to talk about it. And that's the main reason why we're starting with McCarthy. There's not a lot of film of him throwing passes. That's not a secret. So I can only comment on so much, but there is still time for him to show us what he can do before the draft. So while he has the least amount of cut-ups, that doesn't necessarily mean that his stock will go up, down, whatever, or anything like that. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with him as a runner because that's what he's best at. So this is a good running offense, but strong fake. He reads that defensive end pinch, and he takes off. He has legit running ability. Look at him. He knows how to read blocks. He can outrun some DBs, and he can take a hit like a man, too. He's a master of the RPO and zone read. This one here, 4th and 1, same thing but better. 6 crashes hard. He's gone. Out of there. Pulls the ball, takes off, reads the block. Look at this speed and athleticism. And even smarter, doesn't take the hit at all. Gets out of bounds. Here's the other angle. You can see just how quickly he pulls the ball out. Pinch, gone. This is really, really good RPO work. And in today's NFL, on 4th and 1, something like that, too. That's an incredible result on 4th and 1. As far as unscripted running, here's him rolling out. Absolutely nothing is open. But look at this. He's got 4 defenders in his face. Again on 4th and 1. Stops in his tracks, turns on athleticism, and he just breezes past all 4 of them. That's not something to ignore. And here's a better angle. You can really see that he has nothing to throw to on this play. The deep route is like Pat Mahomes maybe makes this throw, but it would be a very stupid throw for a college quarterback to make. But I think the more important thing is that he can make 4 dudes miss just like this. One more. I mean, if you're going to give him that, he's going to take it every time. So, yes, any quarterback can take a pathway and a completely open right side of the field and gain yards. The point is that he trusts his running ability. It's very much a part of his game, and that means that he will pull the trigger on it faster than most other quarterbacks. But he also is faster than most other quarterbacks, right? So, like, yeah, Tom Brady could run a little bit, but is he going to run 24 yards on it? Probably not. One last one. This one here, he probably has the underneath route open. But at the top of the screen, you can see right tackle gets beat. He feels the pressure immediately, and he takes off. On 3rd and 5, too, look at this. Takes on the hit and fights through it for the first down. I wouldn't say I advise that, but the fact that he can do it is something. Now let's get to him actually throwing the ball. Stands in the pocket like a man, takes a free rusher shot like an NFL hit, and delivers a really well-thrown ball. Is it short of the sticks? Yes, but we're not really talking situational here. This is an NFL free rusher hit, and he stands in there like a man and takes it. And delivers a well-thrown ball, too. Bam! Right in the chops. This one here, I mean, this route was kind of a scheme. You could see the guy in motion. He's wide open. Defender doesn't even get hands on it. But really good feet in the pocket to move. Delivers a perfect strike. So the receiver's open probably because of scheme. But I think the more important thing is, the pocket work is obviously good, the footwork. But look at where this throw is. And look at, this receiver doesn't have to break stride in the slightest. All of that was completely natural. And because of that, he doesn't get tackled at the 39, or 41, I guess. He makes it all the way to the 34 because of a well-placed throw. Really, really nice touch pass, back shoulder throw for a touchdown. I mean, this is picturesque back shoulder touchdown. Perfectly thrown ball. And he just looks calm and confident doing it. And then this one right here, nice deliberate feet in this drop here. Moves up. Strong, a little bit wobbly, but really well placed between two defenders like that. Well timed, well placed. That's an excellent throw. Next, we're going to move on from one polarizing quarterback in JJ McCarthy to one that I actually find to be polarizing in Drake Maye. Drake Maye has shot up and all over draft boards in the middle of the year, I think, and for a long time has been the consensus number one guy, and I can see why. I really can. I understand what I'm seeing here, I think. I see a guy that can see the field really, really well. He stands in the pocket. He can move if he needs to. He's not a blazing runner, but he is a capable and smart runner. I think he's a smart quarterback. My big concern with him is going to come with the arm talent, and I'm not sure what to make of what I'm seeing. So we're going to start with the arm talent, and I'll give my little spiel as we go through these plays here. But he is a capable thrower. This is a nice deep throw right here. Well-placed deep throw. Now it's busted coverage, but it's a well-placed deep throw. You can see throw is not too difficult when the wide receiver can run right past the corner and the safety does nothing, but well-placed. Next one, single coverage, ball a little bit behind, but well-placed throw. Or, I mean, a good-looking deep ball right there. He doesn't miss. It's a little bit behind in my opinion. But again, safety squats, doesn't do his job. 22 gets beat. Now we have a deep slant, single coverage. That is a great throw. That is such a good throw. And we have another one here, deep 50-50 ball. I don't know if that's hesitation or a fake, but either way, this is a really good throw in 50-50. Doesn't make it. Now let's get to the middle stuff. Laser over the middle. Really good middle. This one a little bit behind, but still recognizes good throw. You got the umpire in the middle of the way. Right here, intermediate timing shot. Very well placed. Might be the best throw in this whole bunch. Just so well timed. Next one here. Bullet right past the linebacker. This one here, perfectly placed ball on the sideline where only his receiver can catch it. Right here in the flat for the short throw, very well placed to keep him in stride and get this first down on 3rd and 10. That's huge. And then as far as, well, I mean, again, I know that he's wide open in the flat. That's not his problem. He makes the smart throw. He makes a good throw. This right here is on the move and an absolute dime. Just a perfect throw on the move. Now we're going to get to some of the worst throws. And let's start with behind the line of scrimmage and short. Because I think the short stuff is where the accuracy is bad. Or so inconsistent between very bad and good. Right here, this throw is low and away to the running back behind the line of scrimmage. Really good running game there in UNC. Doesn't really matter, but that's not the point that we're trying to make here. This one here, late or behind over the middle. This is actually really dangerous, this pass. This, I can't tell if it's a miss or a miscommunication with the receiver, but it's bad nonetheless. This is so far low and away, the wide receiver falls over to make the catch. These are some really bad sideline throws. And there's a couple in a row here. If you look at the time, you see 1:40 on the clock. This is a bad sideline throw to the end zone. 1:36 the play ends. This is the same. This is back-to-back plays. Another really bad sideline shot. Right here, steps up in the pocket pretty well, avoids pressure. Just misses an open guy. Just missed him. Pretty good moves in the pocket right there. Deep throw, short. And you'll notice it's about 45 air yards. And I point that out because this pass right here, about 45 air yards, and it's so short that this wide receiver flattens out, falls, and doesn't score. He literally doesn't score. So you can see the arm talent to me is all over the place. I'm not really sure what it is I'm maybe exaggerating or not seeing, but that's what it looks like to me. And I'm not really sure what the cause is because the mechanics are pretty good. The release is pretty good. And it's not like he's under dire pressure in all these situations. That's not true at all. But as far as his work in the pocket, this is where you start to see this is where he's very, very good. Extends this play outside the pocket, hits this guy in stride downfield. This is really good. That's like Eli Manning in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers to Ahmad Bradshaw. Right here, great pump fake to pull this linebacker in. He's beat so bad. It may not look great from behind the line of scrimmage, but number 6 will tell you that it was really good. Good work in the pocket. Again, great work in the pocket on this one. Delivers a really strong throw. Good fake, good footwork, steps up, steps into the throw. I know they're only rushing 2 guys here, but it still takes good work behind the line of scrimmage to get this to work. Keeps his eyes downfield. Got 3 guys. Still finds someone downfield and makes the play. Good fake. Good movement. Good throw. Good fake. Good movement. Good throw. Good stuff. Now, him as a runner, he's going to take what he can get. He's not going to run past many people, but he'll run through them, and if you give it to him, he will take it. And not for nothing, he broke that tackle. He's not going to break many, but same idea. Going to get outside the pocket. He's going to get upfield. Somebody slips, but he protects himself. Smart. Same idea. Fake. Nothing doing. Gets outside the pocket, protects himself, and gets out of bounds. Really good escape the pocket there. On 3rd and 5, gets the first down. Good stuff. This is a pretty awful throw on the move. And this is where I wonder, you'll see again on the next one, he just doesn't see this. It's not that the throw is horrible. He's just not seeing this defender. I think he's going to number 6 there. But here he is on the move again to the same side, that right side. Again, just not seeing defenders. Now, this is like a classic kid mistake, is kind of sort of going across your body. But just something to keep in mind. Just not seeing that defender close. I do like Drake Maye, and I think that he does a lot of the intangible stuff, the harder to teach things, processing, seeing the field, and all of that stuff he does really well. He's smart, he's composed, he's a tough guy. This wasn't a great team that he was on, but he also was supported by a very strong running game like JJ McCarthy, and like I said about the arm talent, it worries me a little bit. There's still plenty of time for me to feel my concerns assuaged, though. All right, next, Caleb Williams, USC, probably the most polarizing. Again, I'm not going to be talking about painted nails, so this is going to be strictly football. I think that Caleb Williams is a really, really interesting one to talk about because I think that he can throw really well. He's an outstanding athlete. Some of the things that he can do behind the line of scrimmage and as a runner are unparalleled or are paralleled only by some of the greats. But then there's other things that you need to work on developing here. His mechanics are probably the worst of the bunch. At least I think so. They seem all over the place to me. And I think that he reads the field pretty slowly as a passer. So he's going to be an interesting one to talk about because it's going to be about developing skills and such. But let's see what he can do. Let's talk about the arm talent here. Really calm in the pocket, throws a strike. Mechanics really weird, right? Like his feet look weird, but well timed. He recognized the timing and he stepped up and he made the throw. Again, steps up in the pocket, well placed deep throw over the middle of the field. Again, mechanics just look fucking weird. Right here, short range fastball, maybe even threw it too hard. This here, kind of a deep throw, well placed between the defenders, right along the sideline. Couldn't make the catch. This one, I don't really know why he's got so much air on this throw, but this is just a flat miss. And I didn't see a lot of these. And it's not that much of a miss either. This is beautiful and safe ball placement to number 4 here in the end zone, where only he's going to get it and it's a touchdown. This right here, this shows what he can do with his arm angle stuff. This is just such a weird and unconventional and difficult throw, and he does it perfectly. Now in the pocket, this is some good pocket movement. It's a little bit out of control, but the basics are there, the basic understanding, and he delivers a good throw. Backs up from pressure, steps up, steps away. Eyes are always downfield. Really good throw. Good fake, slides in the pocket. Nice throw, well timed. This right here, this is where he can do too much in the pocket. I'm going to try to escape. I can't go that way either, but this is a responsible throwaway. What happens when it's not responsible? This is him doing too much, which he can do. Gets away, now he's not protecting the football. Big problem. This one here, I don't even think that he's doing too much, so much as he's just being careless with the football, and it's a problem with him. But he can do things in here where he's going to extend this play with his legs, get outside the pocket, and deliver a good throw. Very well placed throw. And you can see the shenanigans that takes place once he starts making some magic happen here. Receivers are just kind of going off of whatever. But to make this throw is incredible. Very good throw on the move. Right here, avoids a free rusher. That's some Houdini stuff. And keeps his eyes downfield. He's not just looking to run. Makes a throw on 1st and 10. It looks less impressive from here, but it's impressive anyway. Now, as far as him as a runner, since you can see what he can do, really, really good pocket. I mean, really good fake, good throw on the move to an open guy. And he's a true, like, triple threat guy. And this is him on the run. Ready? Good read. Makes the open field defender miss twice. Good stuff. Wow. And this right here, this is like the perfect amount of his running ability and what you can do. How do you defend against something like that? And I think that one of the hardest things, it's already a difficult task, in my opinion, to work on mechanics and processing the field. And I think that that's something you have to do with every single quarterback coming up in the draft. Always. They also have to learn an NFL offense, communicate, be the leader. It's a lot of stuff. But I think it's also going to be difficult for whoever takes Caleb Williams. Is going to have to toe the line of encouraging him, making magic happen with his legs in the pocket, extending plays, and coaching him to be smarter, holding the football better, just protecting it better, knowing when to throw things away, knowing when to slide, all kinds of stuff like that. And that's a difficult thing to teach anyone. The fact that I don't think that he reads the field too well, and I think his mechanics are kind of a mess, it's a lot to teach anybody. So I have a little bit of worry about Caleb Williams in that regard as well, because he could also just be that guy where he has a 300-yard game but also fumbles 3 times and loses anyway. So that's kind of what I'm seeing from Caleb Williams. All right, time to get into another, I think is going to be another polarizing quarterback in this class, and it's Michael Penix. I really think that Michael Penix is probably the best passer in this class, or at least maybe right now in the middle of January. So we're going to kind of focus on a lot more of his pass work and stuff, but he has a great deep ball. Right here, good work in the pocket. You can see his eyes draw the safety to the middle of the field, and he just launches this sucker to a wide open guy. You'll see him move the safety with his eyes here. You can see he keeps his head forward for the middle route there. Safety bites, and that leaves the middle of the field open. But just a well-placed deep ball. And you can see from here, this is like a 45-yard throw or whatever. No slowing down really there. Right here, moves off of his spot a little bit and delivers another really great ball. Really good job to reestablish his feet underneath him, too. You see he establishes his feet and steps into this throw and really launches it. This right here, I don't have a lot of analysis for. This is really just him kind of ripping it. And it's really good ball placement. Just a really tight spiral rope. I know, or I at least think, I can't tell if his windup is elongated or wonky, or if he's just lefty and it looks weird to me. But I'm sure that's something. This right here just looks like a beautiful touch pass to me. Just perfectly laid. You couldn't walk this any better. I'm sure I'll get some Pac-12 comments about defense, but this is just a really well-thrown ball. Now, as far as ball placement goes, this right here is a back shoulder fade. Everything that you'd want from it. A little bit high, a little bit behind, and before anybody's turned around at all. And long before the safety can get over there. Right here, there's a beautiful layer shot. Right over the nickel, number 14, and away from the safety, 21. I know the safety slips and falls here, but this throw is away from 21, where I don't think he was going to make a play on the ball. But he's got to get it over 14's head, too, which you can see. This is just a really well-placed ball. I know it's zone coverage, whatever, but it's right where it needs to be. And we do the same thing on the sideline with all the same actors and just a better script. All the same players. We're going to go across to the sideline, right over 14. 21 can't make the tackle. This right here is a brilliant sideline shot. Could maybe be a little bit higher for a jump ball, but my God. Now let's look at his pocket work. I like that he steps into this hit to deliver this throw. It's a timing throw. He knows when he's got to get it. He knows where he's looking already, and he knows he's got to take one in the chops to make it work, and he does it. Delivers a perfect throw and takes the hit. This right here, this is patience. Usually big throwers take gambles. I'll take what you give me. 2nd and 9, I'll take way more than 9. Good rhythm in the pocket here. Good feet. Delivers a strong throw. Nice little rope. Right to the eyeballs. Right here, pretty good fake. Works across the field. Maneuvers in the pocket. And delivers a really good ball. End zone shot. Too easy. But again, we're talking about the pocket work here. Moves off his spot. He has got a fake. He feels the pressure coming from behind him. It's here really convincing fake. Doesn't really affect the play, but just good work in the pocket. Well thrown ball. And this one here gets worked off of his spot. Kind of goes across his body. I wouldn't really recommend this, but it's still a well-thrown ball, so I threw it in there. And then right here, he's not much of a runner, but he can run. He can do things. He did it at Indiana. I think with his injury history, really briefly, 2018 ACL tear, 2019 dislocated shoulder in the non-throwing arm, 2020 ACL re-tear, 2021 dislocated shoulder in the throwing arm, and then 2023 he played with a rib injury. So, I mean, I would not really toy too much with his athleticism, but, you know, I see Michael Penix as someone who sees the field like a pro and throws the ball like a pro. There are probably some mechanical issues, but I think that all 6 of these guys have mechanical issues that need addressing. I don't think there's anything egregious with him. And the ball placement on all levels of the field is equal and the same and very good. Everything on the field tells me that it's all I need to work with. Obviously, the injuries are an extreme worry. But I guess if you want to take a positive look at it, the silver lining is that he has always had the dedication to work back from very, very bad injuries. So that mental game, the downfield mentality, the confidence, the strong pocket presence, he looks like the complete package, mind and body. I really, really like Michael Penix. So next we have Jayden Daniels from LSU, 6'3", 210-pound senior. Wow, Jayden Daniels jumps off the film to me. I think we're going to go through like all the things I think that he can do here, but one of the things that I thought right away was that this dude might have the highest ceiling of any of these quarterbacks. I think that the sky might be the limit for him. Just some things that I noticed about him going through this, and we'll go through some clips here. But mechanics for all these guys need to get better, and he has a tendency to cross his feet in his drop back. I think his first step in the drop back might be a little too strong sometimes, but one of the things that wows me is how dedicated he is to keeping his head up. He looks very calm in the pocket. He's got a nice little rhythm and bounce. I have no worries about him being able to build on the mechanics that he has. And the pocket presence he shows, he's very comfortable. He manipulates the pocket well. He can find lanes to escape. I think he has really good instincts for pressure. And more than anything, speaking of that, like as a runner, he might be one of the best athletes out of this quarterback class. Unbelievable speed, really good quickness, elusiveness. I don't like making player comps, but just the way he runs looks a little bit like Kyler Murray to me. Sometimes he just looks very hard to get your hands on. And as a passer, he throws a beautiful ball. Really strong accuracy at all three levels. Really good precision and ball placement. Pretty consistent with that. I think he's also got a really nice touch pass, and he can zip lasers. He really can do it all. What he struggles with, I think, might be reading the field. It might be some of the more advanced quarterback things that he does. I think that the LSU offense maybe makes easier decisions for him, like half-field reads, rollout throws. And I think as a runner, he can be a little bit too much of a cowboy at times, and that can bite him, especially being only 210 pounds at 6'3". That's quite light, actually. But let's go through some of these clips right here. So first thing, this is just a really excellent placement on a swing pass, and you can get the most out of that run. Nice solid drop back. You can notice he crosses his feet, and a laser over the middle, just a rocket. This is a beautiful touch pass to the back corner of the end zone. You're going to see a lot of these. Nice, calm, collect in the pocket, relaxed, easy throw deep, maybe a little bit. But calm in the pocket again. This is what I call throwing a handoff, because the only way this throw is better is if he hands it to him. Nice and calm in the pocket again. Easy touch pass out in front of his wide receiver for the touchdown. Nice fake. Good throw. Slightly underthrown, but still a good throw here. And I understand that he's got good receivers, but this one here a little bit rougher on the ball placement. That's not so great. Nice, calm in the pocket. Excellent deep throw. Just gets dropped. Again, you'll notice just how calm he is in the pocket. Pretty good throw to the inside of the field away from the DB there. And back-to-back throws here, you're going to see just how relaxed and easy this is for him. I know he's got good receivers, but this is a perfectly thrown ball. Same thing here. And I get it. It's 11 yards, big deal. But you can see the placement. You can't really do much better. This is a really quick one-looker, but a dart right in between two defenders, kind of. This looks like a nice scan of the field to me. High to low, hits the easy thing underneath. It's not garbage time, but that's a huge gain. Here he's going to work through his progressions. Rare moment that he does this to the other side of the field, throws to his backside. Makes a good decision. This right here is a bad decision. This is him locked in on a half-field read. And actually a really good play by number 2 there. He just peels off of his assignment to make that pick. Now, this is a strong throw on the move. Really, really, a lot of torque behind the throws. Now you can see him in the pocket. He navigates the pressure well. He finds a lane to escape. And look at this. That is a huge gain. Escapes pressure. This is doing too much because he gets wrecked. And that's him being too much of a cowboy. This is excellent. This is going from the 26-yard line, evading pressure, and outrunning everyone to, what is this, the 34? 33? Remains calm. Tries to stay in the tackle box before he decides to escape. Remember, it's 1st and 15 right before the end of the half. And look at where he gets. And protects himself. Smart. Again, finds a lane. This is a run all the way, actually. But knows when to sit down. Protects himself. Another one, this is a run all the way. He sucks 17 into a hole and then goes outside. This is a very talented player that does a lot of things very, very well. all facets of the game, I think he can do well. He's shown moments where he can read the field. More than anything, it's when he is trying to read the field, he doesn't usually make a stupid decision or try to force things. More often than not. So while he's not asked to read the field, and he's probably going to have to do a lot of legwork in the NFL to get that part of his game up to par with the rest of his game, I don't think that he lacks the capacity to do it. I think in January, Jayden Daniels might be my favorite quarterback in this class. Next, we have Bo Nix. Bo Nix looks to me like a guy who has been in college football for as long as he has. It feels like Bo Nix was in Auburn like 15 years ago. But what I mean by that is that he seems to understand defenses pretty well. I think he understands how to play the quarterback position pretty effectively. I think he has the ability to extend plays with his legs. I think he can move well in the pocket. He's good at staying strong in the pocket as well, keeping his eyes downfield. I think he's a good leader and a commander of the offense. He has a real ability to run, though he's more Tebow than Lamar. My biggest concerns with him really seem to be as a thrower. He's been in college football for a really long time, and it still seems like he's only seeing the field at an average rate, what I'd typically expect from a college player, leaving in their junior year or whatever. It's difficult to tell how much he really works through progressions and stuff. And I worry a little bit about the arm talent. It looks like the ball kind of flutters short sometimes, and maybe the deep ball has a little bit more air underneath it than other people. But overall, this is a quarterback that's been in the college ranks for quite a while now, and for good reason. So let's get into the arm talent and the accuracy here. I'm going to start right off the bat with a great touch pass to the end zone, a whole shot with great accuracy, right in between the defenders, just past them. Here, not the most perfect ball across the middle, but you'll see from behind, this is nice and high where only his guy can get it. It should be out a little bit more in front, but this is a strong throw in the pocket. Right here, in stride, throw over the middle in traffic. That's a pretty excellent throw. Right here, nice and high throw for his receiver. He fits this right in between two defenders. That's a pretty electric catch. Another one with between two defenders, downfield. Nice and patient. That's a really well-placed ball. Right here, really good off-balance anticipation throw. He's got to get rid of that long before he's out of his break. Well done. This is where the slightly off ball placement burns him. That's a pretty bad throw. That's a lot of slowing down just to still catch at the numbers. And then here's a really bad ball, low throw on the run. Much more difficult situation. Now, in the pocket, this is some pretty good vision here. I think he looks off that underneath linebacker. I think he's looking at 15 here and freezes the linebacker in place and throws right over the top. This right here, good patience in the pocket, and just takes what's given. 2nd and 5, I'll take a touchdown. Thank you. This is actually more bad defense by Oregon State. But, I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. He didn't just quick go to it. He freezes, gets them to freeze, and then hits the open guy. This right here, this is some outstanding pocket work. And a good throw. I mean, this whole play is pretty wild. Ducks underneath two diving, slides up, throws into just the open spot. And this right here, this is some bad pocket work. This is just a little goofy, but it shows that he's not super duper refined or developed here. Escaping the pocket, this is a nice little rollout here, throw across his body. Not something that I would tell somebody to do, but the execution is pretty good. More than anything, it's that the ball went where he wanted it to on the move. If you want to coach the decision out of him, fine, I won't argue with you, but that ball is exactly where he wanted it to be. And right here, moves up, slides over, keeps his eyes open for the middle of the field. He sees how open it is, and not only that, look at where he throws the ball, away from the closing defender, number 5 there. Now, as far as what he can do with his legs, rolling off his spot, he launches a really strong throw on the move. Like I said, a little bit of fluttery air underneath it, but well-placed throw. And then this is his running ability. I know I said he's more Tebow than Lamar, but I wanted to illustrate that he isn't slow or anything. I don't know. He's going to run through guys than dodge them. But this is just like a regular football run to me. A nice 1950s ass Johnny Unitas style run. It's going to be interesting for him to show what he can do at the Senior Bowl. I'm very excited that I get to see him and Michael Penix take back-to-back reps and Senior Bowl practices next week. And I think that both of those guys can stand to gain a lot from the Senior Bowl. I think guys always can. But him especially. He's been in the league long enough where you have plenty of film, and there's still questions. It's time for him to play around NFL talent. I personally think that while the Pac-12 this year was a competitive, strong conference, the general idea of leaving Auburn and the SEC and running to the Pac-12 is a bad look, in my opinion. The Senior Bowl, he will get to play against other draftable competition, and that's where we can really see where every single player you can make an argument should be in the draft, how he performs there. That's going to be my quarterback look for right now. I will revisit this as we get closer to the draft, but I wanted to get it out of the way first, and then I wanted to ignore it for the entire silly season of the draft where people are shooting up and down draft boards and people say things and rumors get flying around, and I'll revisit the quarterbacks right before the draft itself. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time.